Hey writers! Today I want to teach you something special. I want to teach you about an editing checklist. So before I start my lesson, I want you to find your big packet that says these pages are for writing and reading assignments. And then you got to go all the way to the very, very end. And if you count that, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pages, you will find this page right here. I will put it on my screen. It looks just like this. It's called My Editing Checklist. If you want to fold this and just put it right by your side so you can see it today while you're doing your writing, I think it's going to be really helpful for you. So you can pause this video, find your editing checklist, and then when you're ready, you can press play. I'm going to go ahead and make this screen really big. And I'm going to start our lesson today by talking about lists. Have you ever seen someone in your family write a grocery list or maybe even a chore list? Maybe things that they need to get done around the house. I always make to-do lists to make sure that I help pay the bills and to make sure that I'm taking care of all of the responsibilities that I need to take care of. So here's an example of a grocery list like bananas, apple, fish, eggs, milk, and then a chore chart list. Walk the dog, empty the dishwasher, make the bed, making sure that you hang up your towels, and setting the table. When you complete things on your list, you can give yourself a check mark, or you can even cross it off to say, I'm all done with that item. Well, just like making lists like this, we actually can use checklists in our writing. So today I want to teach you that you can use an editing checklist to help make your writing even better. It says, I can use an editing checklist to help make my writing even better. And what I mean by this is we have a long list right here of all the things you need to be able to do before the end of kindergarten. You know, you need to be able to read your writing, to write letters for the sounds. We don't have a word wall because we're not in person, so you don't have to worry about this one. But we do put spaces between our words. You can see all the little fingers putting spaces between your words, using lowercase letters, unless capital letters are needed, writing capital letters to start every sentence, and then putting a period at the end of every sentence. Sometimes it can be kind of hard to do every single one of these things in our writing, but you can use this writing editing checklist to help review your writing after you finish writing your how-to book every day. Today, I'm going to show you, we're actually going to be doing this one right here. I'm going to show you what I mean by that. Today, we're going to read some writing from a kindergartner in a different class named Troy Kwan. And we're going to help to make sure that he has a capital letter to the start of every sentence. So we're going to use this editing checklist to help the kindergartner Troy Kwan make sure that his writing is nice and complete. So he wrote a story all about, oh, maybe it didn't show up. Oh, we need to put this on this page. All right. Troy Kwan, he wrote a story all about How to Cook a Pizza by Troy Kwan. So we're going to read through And then we're going to make sure that he has a capital letter at the start of every sentence. His story says, Step 1, throw up the dough. Have you ever seen people who cook pizza when they want to stretch out the dough? They throw it up in the air. Step 2, spin the dough in your finger. Step 3, pat the dough into a flat circle. Put tomatoes onto the dough. Step 4, put tomato sauce on the dough. Bake the pizza. So that's all about how to cook a pizza by Troy Kwon. Now, there are some things that we might need to fix in this story. We can use the editing checklist to make sure that we help him write a capital letter to the start of every sentence. Let's review his first 2 pages. Looks like he started with a capital letter with this sentence. He started with a capital letter for this sentence. He started with a capital here, and he started with a capital right here. Let's see, he started with a capital here, but right here after this period, he needs to make it capital. He needs to make it a capital P. So I'm going to go back and we're going to fix this so that that is a capital P now. Pat the dough into a flat circle. The next one says, put tomatoes onto the dough. That also needs to be fixed because this P right here, it needs to be uppercase, capital P. Step 4, put tomato sauce on the dough. That looks good. And then bake the pizza. You'll notice right after this period, he didn't do a capital letter, so we need to fix that for him. Take a look at the next 2 pages and make sure we've fixed all of the capital letters. Now you may have noticed this N should be lowercase, so we'll fix that for him. And you might have also noticed that there's a capital T right here, and that should be lowercase because that's the middle of the sentence. Today, we used this editing checklist to make sure there were capital letters in Troy Kwon's pizza story. Now, we didn't go through every single one of our list requirements because we didn't really have time. But what you can do at home is you can go through every single one of these if you have time and fix up your writing to be awesome kindergarten writing. If that's too overwhelming for you, that means sometimes that might be a little bit too much. You can just focus on one of these checklist areas. So maybe today you want to work on capital letters in your writing. You can do that. Maybe you're really good at capital and lowercase letters, and maybe you want to work on reading your writing, reading it out loud 4 or 5 times so you really make sure that you understand your story. Today, I want you to use this editing checklist to fix up your how-to writing. You can take out a piece of writing that you've already completed from this week or last week, or you can start a brand new book, how-to book, writing a brand new how-to book today, and then you can take out your editing checklist and you can go through one, two, or how many ever one of these items you want and fix up your writing to be really awesome. One other tip I'll say is if you want to take this paper out of your packet, you'll have to ask an adult to help you. If you want to kind of just take the staple out or give it a gentle rip, you can actually take it out of your packet. You can put it in your writing folder, or you could hang it up somewhere near your work area so that you have it every time you're writing. You can look in your work area and you can say, okay, I got to make sure I have my periods, got to make sure I have my spacing between my words, because like I said, everybody uses lists like this to help them get their tasks done, and the same goes for writing. We need lists like this to help us be awesome writers.